Okay, good evening everyone. I am back City Lane in the kitchen after a very long break of actually being in a kitchen because of lockdown. It's time to actually get back in the kitchens of Melbourne and let you all know about some good stuff that's happening. So here I'm at Temple Brewing in Brunswick with Chef Leandro.
Hello everyone.
So I first met Leandro during lockdown late last year when Temple decided to start trialling some Brazilian dishes, Leandro being from Brazil. And I was up on that, so it was every second Sunday I believe it was?
Yeah, second Sunday.
Yeah, so I got a few orders and tried some Brazilian food that I hadn't tried before, and it was awesome. And since then Temple has gone all in on the South American theme and is cooking some really authentic Brazilian food. Yeah, wouldn't expect to find that in a brewery in Brunswick, so I think that's pretty great. So I figured I'd come in and chat with Leandro and find out more about him and the food he's cooking. What's happening here?
So thank you for coming, Paul. Thank you for coming here and wanting to know a little bit more about us. Yeah, we met each other during the lockdown, and it was a pleasure because I could offer everyone during the lockdown what we do the best in Brazil. It's FEIJOADA, which we're doing today for tomorrow. During the lockdown, we just decided to turn into South American food and assume our identity. And because this kitchen, since I'm working at Temple, we always been under Brazilian and South American influence, but we never ever thought to assume the South American identity and do alteral and authentic and original menu, and that is what we're doing today.
So no burgers and farmers.
Yeah, we still have some burgers because I believe we still can do some good burgers with South American ingredients.
Yep.
So that's why one of the most famous burgers that we do nowadays is cassava burger with cassava patty, which is so good. And we use some Chinese broccoli, we use some sort of sauce with dende oil, with a fruit in Brazil, and we can do that something like a fusion.
Yeah. And
we can offer for Australian taste what we do best in Brazil, but with a little bit swap.
Yeah. Oh, cool. All right. So, what next? What you're gonna cook something for us
yeah,
today.
he's representing us a lot at the moment, or probably the second biggest sale at Temple. Pastel. Pastel is very Brazilian dish. It's a Brazilian pastry with some Chinese influence from Chinese immigrants in São Paulo, Brazil, and it's nothing more than homemade food. It is exactly what we're doing at Temple nowadays. We're doing homemade food, or home menu. It's about grandmother, grandparents, my mother, my sous chef mother and grandmother, and we try to do a soul food, and we try to find our essence through this menu. Pastel, it's like what we do Saturdays and Sunday at home in Brazil, and it's so easy to do because it's nothing more than flour, salt, vinegar, and the national liquor called cachaça, which you can use tequila, we can use vodka, doesn't matter, but cachaça has a little bit signature flavor, which means authentic Brazilian pastel. And we can stuff with whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like we stuff in here with veggies and mushroom, the vegan one, but the classic one that we're gonna do today, it's braised beef and boiled eggs.
Cachaça reminds me of my going away party in London when I moved back to Australia. I had a bottle of it that I bought from Lisbon.
It's so good. It's so good. You can do it's basically the drink to do caipirinha in Brazil.
Caipirinha, that's the one. Yeah.
And we are doing some drinking here, not authentic caipirinha, but we mix with Okinawa sour, the beer, and we do some sort of Okinawa caipirinha, something like that.
Okay.
It's so good.
Awesome.
So what we need to do, Paul, is grab the ingredients that I previously said: flour, salt, vinegar, cachaça or whatever, tequila is good, vodka, and water. Mix it up, put in a dough machine or something, and stretch the dough and leave it to rest at least 1 hour. And then we're gonna have a dough like this.
Is that just regular wheat flour?
Exactly. Here at Temple, we try. It's becoming a little bit challenging. We do everything by hand, including extract the dough. So we do at least 7 kilos of flour each week. Because, as I said, we try to do exactly what we saw our grandma doing in the past. So the only machine that we use at the moment is the pasta machine to open the dough. Okay, so I'm gonna open right now a little bit quickly. We put a little bit flour, and I show how thin it should be. So when we leave to rest, it's becoming a little bit wet.
Yeah.
But then just like add some more flour, not a problem.
The humidity we have the past few days must be, I think, interesting.
Yeah. So this is probably our second biggest job in the kitchen right now. We are selling a lot of stuff, a lot more than we thought when we had an idea to be South American kitchen.
That how many things are you doing a week?
350 units. Last week we did 450. Last week was, since we reopened from lockdown, last week was the biggest week for us.
That's really good.
It is. So,
so people have been really receptive to it.
Nowadays, the challenge in the kitchen nowadays is it's just me, my two chefs, and Leia. We're all Brazilian.
Are you all from different regions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am from Rio, Gustavo is from Rio. I've been living South Brazil for 15 years. Gustavo does Rio de Janeiro, and Leia is from São Paulo. So we try to weekly have some meeting and talk about what we can do, what we can add on the menu, what we do at home, what we can improve, and it's working.
That's great. So are they specific to a particular region in Brazil, or are they popular?
Yeah, they're popular. Probably the biggest sale is in São Paulo, but São Paulo is the most biggest city in Brazil. And pastel is something that you sell in a big market in Brazil, called FEIJOADA. And São Paulo has the best one. Last one, and done. Doesn't take too long.
Okay. So what on the menu would you say is a particularly Rio dish?
Yeah, say exactly like this. Say the beloved pastry from Rio.
Yeah.
Because Rio is famous, São Paulo as well, but Rio Copacabana is famous. Everyone knows Rio about samba, carnival, botecos, which means pubs, brew pubs.
Yep.
And this is exactly what we're trying to do here. We are a brew pub, but we have some sort of boteco essence in here. Okay, so a little bit flour on top. I'm gonna do a traditional one.
Yep.
We are doing the small one, same as empanadas we are doing here, but I'm gonna do exactly what we do in markets in Brazil, the feira, that we do the big one.
Well, sounds
Yeah, it's even bigger. It's probably bigger like this, but
Like a calzone.
yeah. Okay, so as I said, you can stuff with whatever you want. Here we are playing too much with pastel. We are using plantain. Plantain, it's really famous and we didn't know about it. We are stuffing with palm hearts, but the classic one and the biggest sale for us, the Wagyu. The Wagyu with braised eggs. All that you need to do is stir fry some Wagyu, mince, and add your flavor.
I'll say it seems like this is one of those things where everybody's grandmother's got a recipe, everybody's
Exactly.
There's a recipe.
Exactly.
And everybody says it's the best.
Yeah. So all that we need to do Wagyu. And here there is a trick. It's when you fill it up, you need to close, but we don't want too much air. Same as ravioli. We don't want too much air inside, so you keep closing the eggs, taking out air. All that you need to finalize the pastel, a fork. Okay. You just like press. Make sure you're pressing until you get a good close. And that's it. Do you want to try?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. Now, ready to do 450 for me next week?
Yeah. Just give me a call.
That's it. Now we just fry.
Simple.
Simple. And simple is our trick in this kitchen. Like we do everything simple, which means like we have to put a lot of hands involved. But in the end of the day is what Temple Kitchen and the owner of Temple, he believes. Like as much hands-on we put, as much passion we're gonna put and we're gonna offer for everyone. I guess that's our secret at the moment.
Yeah, that's great. So you're saying this is the second most popular thing on the menu. What's the most popular thing?
FEIJOADA ball.
Yeah.
We're gonna fry some. It's stuffed with chorizo and Chinese broccoli. Basically what we do some stewed beans, black beans, became FEIJOADA, and then we blender and we mix it up with some cassava flour, so it's totally gluten free, and then we do a dough, same as pastel, turn it into balls, stuffed with chorizo, Chinese broccoli. That's it, FEIJOADA pocket.
Nice, yeah.
Okay, let's try.
Okay.
At home, all that you need is a pot with a lot of soy or canola oil, 180, 200 degrees, and just drop it. Make sure always cover it with oil. And the reason why we do cachaça or some vodka or tequila is because it gives us a bubble.
I was just about to say how the bubbling. So that's the alcohol that causes that.
Exactly. In traditional in Brazil, you cannot find a vegan version because the dough is not vegan.
Yeah.
But right now we know we can change the egg for vinegar, so it's completely vegan.
You actually do a lot of vegan versions of dishes here, don't you?
Yes. My main thing, as we are in Brunswick as well, is to do everything that I put as a star on my menu. I have to do something vegan because I don't like when people come here as a vegan or vegetarian and they cannot try what we able to offer.
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to challenging me and Gustavo to do some version of vegan things. Vegan moqueca, vegan feijoada, vegan pastel, vegan feijoada ball.
They look great.
And we can try feijoada ball again.
So what do we got here cooking over here?
We are doing feijoada for Feijoada Wednesday, which is so famous at the moment. It's a Brazilian stew, baked turtle beans. But you cook with some sausage, pork neck, corned beef, all marinated. It's a long process. Even because we don't do a feijoada or style too greasy, so we take at least 48 hours to grease and do the right process. And Feijoada Wednesday right now is really surprising us because it's getting 2-3 weeks ahead cooked out. It's everyone like loving feijoada.
That's
so
great.
Even because the weather is getting a little bit cold.
Yeah.
It's good to eat some beans stew.
I think that was the first thing of yours that I tried.
Exactly.
So there we go.
Let's go.
Amazing.
So pastel, traditional dish. It's good to eat with a lot of sauce. What we got in here is a golf sauce, vegan. It's a vegan mayo that we're doing here, and it's Argentine, something like Argentine, and we do with adobo and a little bit queso.
Okay.
Salt, pepper, parsley, so good. And here it's probably our best sale, talking about sauce, guava barbecue. So we do barbecue but with a fruit, guava, and try.
Ooh, that's the cheese one.
That's the cheese one. Yeah. And it's funny because a lot of people they don't read guava barbecue.
Yeah.
They just read barbecue and then they say this barbecue is different. Can you explain?
Yeah, it's got a really nice sweetness and syrupiness. It's really, really good.
And the other one, feijoada ball. You can see chorizo, Chinese broth, onion, garlic.
It's so full of hearty ingredients, but it's not heavy. Yeah.
And the reason is what I said to you, how we do our feijoada in here. We take 48 hours to take out the greasy and to select the meat that's so important. Otherwise you're gonna have like feijoada ball and the feijoada so heavy and you're gonna have a nightmare if you eat.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, Leandro.
Thank you too for
Awesome.
visiting us and know about our South American cuisine.
And I suppose being a brewery, I should ask what beer would you recommend to pair with this specifically? Is there any particular one on the menu?
Feijoada ball goes good with IPA, Western Street, and the pastel, the Wagyu pastel, it's good with the new label that we launched a week ago, Haze 3. It's so good.
There you go. So, hoppy beers and Brazilian food. Perfect match.